Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Copper Dragons here, and I'm going to be playing some more Minecraft. So let's hop right in and continue the game. Honestly, I haven't played in a little bit. I tried. I know I promised to work on that one book for Howard's Grave. Um, but yeah, I haven't really got around to that, I don't think. Um, but actually, yeah, I haven't worked on Howard's Grave book. I will be working on it later, though. Um, Yeah, I really want to work on Howard's grave. It really sucks what happened to him last video. I just want him back, you know? That's the one thing I know I want. Um, okay. Um, wait, do I have any more bones? I'm not gonna try and, tame, uh, you know, uh, pink, a pink dyed collar. I'm not gonna do that out of respect for Howard's memory. Um, so yeah. Um, let's just go ahead and try and work on repairs on my base. Um, wow, I only have three, jungle planks left. So let's go ahead and get some, one, thing of birch, since I kind of need that. And also, while I'm at it, I'm gonna try and, make enough of these things right here to work on the broken door that a creeper exploded. Okay. Now let's go ahead and turn the rest of these planks into wood. That jungle planks into wood. I mean, not jungle, but birch. Now I'm gonna need glass to fill up all that the creeper blew up. Yeah, I don't even have to worry about using too much jungle. I mean oak. Since I kinda already have so much right now. Um, so yeah, let's just go ahead and put up that stuff so that way I can actually, try and work on, the underside of my base. Then I'm gonna go get some sand to make glass. Since I kind of need that. Uh, okay. Yep, I'm gonna need at least. I'm gonna need a lot more stone. Come to think of it. Let's go ahead and place that down since it's right there. Yeah, I'm kind of I'm kind of missing Howard like a lot right now. He was the best boy. He saved me. Like he saved me from total destruction last video. His memory will not be in vain. So yeah, I'm gonna keep his grave right there. For the rest of the series. Just out of sheer respect for the best boy. Uh, okay, let's just go ahead and try and get the rest of this stone right here since I need a lot of that for the underside of my base. Yeah, I'm gonna try and at least get a stack since I know I need a lot of cobblestone and a stack is a lot of blocks. So yeah, maybe I could get a little bit over a stack, maybe by like halfway of one. But right now, I'm just gonna try and get at least a stack of cobble. Okay, I'm doing pretty well on stone. Yeah, let's just go ahead and try and get this real quick. Yeah, I'm also gonna have to try and plug up my infinite water source so I can get that down. Also, real quick, I'm probably not gonna be making Minecraft videos like too many in the near future. Like I know that I wanted to try and beat the Ender Dragon, but I just want to try and take a break from making Minecraft videos for as much as possible. Um, for the foreseeable future. Since I'm kind of getting burnout, and also I've released so many Minecraft videos recently that it would just be kind of repetitive. So yeah. Wow, not even a stack would be enough to fill up all this. Yeah, I kind of undershot how much stone I need. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get this real quick, so that way I can try and work on filling up all this back row stuff. Real quick. Uh, okay. Yep, I need to work on, getting more cobblestone so I can fill up the bottom side of my base. Okay, I should have enough to fill up this real quick. So I can have better reach on the backside of this. Yeah, I'm gonna need a lot more cobblestone, if I'm being honest, since, I still have a lot of the underside of my base to build. But yeah, let's go ahead and get some sand real quick, since I need a lot of that real quick. I'm gonna try and at least get about half a stack, just in case, for the future, if I ever need any more sand. And also, I'm gonna get some clay while I'm at it. Since, I wanted to try and make some bricks, in the future. And you can't really do that without clay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go up to the surface for air real quick, just so I could not drown and die. Well, there's some clay right there, so let's go ahead and at least get a stack of food, or at least maybe mine out all the clay right here. Um, since I probably need a lot more than what I can get. Um, like clay is pretty useful. Also, I want to make a makeshift uh desk like sometime in the future for my base. Like a little office type area. Like just for pure decorating purposes, if anything. Um, so yeah, let's go ahead and mine a lot of sand right here. I need at least 10 pieces. Uh, Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go up to the surface. Just to see how much sand I have already. Okay, I'm gonna try and get at least 20, just to be extra safe. Um, okay, I'm doing pretty well so far in terms of sand. Um, yeah, I need to just mine that one to get the amount that I wanted. Okay, let's go back to my base. Plop the sand into the furnace, and then just get a night's sleep in. Crap, there's creepers, and multiple of them, and a zombie too. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to wait for them to go away from my base. Uh, go away, you stupid zombie. I don't want you here. Okay. Um, Now let's go ahead and just kill this one creeper. No, 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 no. I don't want you to blow up. And also, I don't want my base to get destroyed in the process. Well, at least it didn't destroy my base. That's good. That's easily the one thing I wanted from that. Okay. Let's go ahead and smelt some sand. Then I'm gonna try and smelt some clay to turn it into bricks. Um, okay, I'm gonna need a lot of food whenever I get the opportunity. Thankfully I got some mutton here. Okay. Yeah, I don't need this. Wait, actually, do I have a light gray collared wolf? Um, I don't think I do. So I'm gonna keep that in my storage. For the time being. Okay. Let's just go ahead and try and place down any and all glass. Just to, try and work on repairs for my base. Then I'm going to work on the roofs, so that way I can actually have a little bit of extra safety too. Um, from mobs spawning in. Um, yeah, thankfully I also have my wolves too. Wait, I can't remember all my wolf names, so I'm gonna grab them book out here. Okay, Jerome, uh, Howard, Lucky, Sparky, Bethany, Pearl, and Mighty. So orange is Pearl. So it seems like Pearl fully grown. Since I bred him to like a couple videos ago, I think. Yeah, I still miss Howard though. It really sucks that he had to go out so tragically yet so heroically. Um, okay, let's go ahead and finish off the repairs to the walls. Okay. I don't need to smelt any more sand right now. Let's just go ahead and work on smelting all this clay real quick. Um, you know what? Wait, do I have my copper block? I don't. Ah, crap. If I lost that, that really sucks. Yeah, I think I lost my copper block. Um, you know what? Let's go ahead and try and, I guess, get that back since I have a lot of copper right here. Um, I just need to put 9 into the crafting table. Um, I don't know if I can use unsheared pumpkins here to, you know, make a copper golem. But I'm gonna try anyways. And turns out I can't. Um, that honestly really sucks. So I'm gonna need a pair of shears. Whenever I get the opportunity to, anyways. Um, wait, do I even have any ingots, like particularly iron? I don't see any. So that really sucks. Okay, let's just try and sort out my storage. Um, since I really need to do that right now. Wait, do I have my buckets? I need buckets. Come on. Yes, I got 2. That's really good. Um, so yeah, that's honestly the best thing I could have asked for right now is having buckets. So let's go ahead and just sort out my storage, since that's the main thing I need to do. Wait, actually, I also got a fishing rod too. So, and also I'm gonna need to try and make an anvil sometime soon, whenever I get the opportunity. Okay, where did I? Okay, I didn't even put up my clay, so I'm kind of stupid for that. Um, let's go ahead and try and work on repairing my infinite water source, so that way I can actually, keep everything sorted out for as much as possible, anyways. Um, don't worry, little puppers, I'll be back. Um, whenever I get done plugging up this water hole. Um, okay. Uh, now that should be. Now I just need these right here to plug up this wall. Uh, okay. Yep, I'm doing pretty well on plugging up this. So that's all that water draining. Um, yeah, I need to build a little bit of extra stuff around the water source so it doesn't drain again. Um, especially around the bottom side. Um, so I can have a little bit of extra safety around my water source so it doesn't drain. Uh, yeah, I like water sources are easily the most important thing for the stuff I want to do, which is make a farm. So yeah, um, let's just go ahead and just fill up this. Wait, How did that turn into grass so quickly? Okay, let's just fill up this, so that way I don't get a little confused. Uh, Now let's just try and fill up this right here. Uh, Wait, I want to see. Yeah, I had to see if I built that right. Uh, how did I almost have the exact amount of dirt required? Just with one to spare. Yeah, I'm gonna plant some sugar cane out here so I could have a little bit of, you know, those growing. And also, uh, since I have some buckets that I can try and grab, I'm gonna try and, since it's an infinite water source, I can, you know, try and grab some of those while I can, and then try and make out some, uh, farm stuff. So that way I can actually have a little bit of an infinite wheat farm. Okay. Uh, well, turns out that wasn't an infinite water source. Uh, so let's just go ahead and just go to a lake, I guess, and then just try and work it out from there. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna have to get some water from this lake right here. Um, and I'm gonna have to make 2 trips. One for the water source, and then one for the bucket to return it. Yeah, I was expecting that to be a lot better off, if I'm being honest. Uh, so let's go ahead and just try and work on, I guess, the farm. And also I'm gonna have to try and build like a fence thing, whenever I get the opportunity to. Um, yeah, I'm gonna build like some melons and pumpkins and wheat, whenever I get the opportunity. Um, okay. Let's just try and do this, uh, since, you know, that's the main thing I need to do for water. Uh, Also, I'm gonna have to grab. Wait, actually, I got some seeds right here. I got 1 seed. Uh, but whenever I get the opportunity to, I'm gonna grab the rest of them. Grab some pumpkins. Wait, actually, I can just turn some right here into pumpkins. Into 4 seeds. I just need 4 seeds if I'm being honest. Um, okay. Then I'm gonna have to go back and grab some melons if I still got any of those. If I didn't, outright die with the melons in my inventory. Uh, okay. Let's just try and work on that farm that I've been wanting to build since like day 1. Uh, okay. I need to grab any and all seed types that I can get my hands on. Uh, I don't see any in there. I don't see any melons. Crap, I think I lost all my melons. That really sucks. I needed those. So I could have a more stable food source besides just wheat and pumpkins. Wait, never mind. I just now found them. So let's go ahead and just craft these. I'm gonna make 4 of them, just like the pumpkins. Uh, wait, I can make clay pots. I honestly don't know how those things work, if I'm being honest. Um, but I'll try and make them work somehow. Okay, let's get some sleep in. Actually, I can't. Uh, okay. Let's just go ahead and try and, I guess, make my farm. Since, that's kind of something I've been wanting to do. You know what? Something that really sucks right about now is the fact that right now I don't think I have like any sort of like extra added um, you know, fence posts or anything. I don't think I do anyways. Okay, let's just try and make some extra storage for my farm. I'm gonna make this into a wheat farm. I'm gonna separate them by, rows and stuff, by like different plants and crops. If I get carrots and, potatoes, I'll grow some of those too. So yeah. Um, let's go ahead and try and work on this real quick. Um, since I kind of need to do this. Yeah. My farm is kind of lackluster right now, but it'll grow. It'll grow so much in the future. Um, okay. No! Get away from me and my farm, you stupid zombie. Uh, okay, let's just work on this. Yeah, I need to try and work on my farm a little bit more. Okay. Let's go back to my base so I can get a little sleep in. And there's a creeper in there. That really sucks. Yeah, it took a little too much time. Let's kill this zombie, this skeleton. Or at least get it away from me. Come on. Let's kill this stupid creeper. No! Oh, Jesus Christ. You are a survivor and a half. You good boy. I'm gonna have to get some sleep so I can sleep through the night and then save my dogs from, the mobs. Okay, I'm gonna have to feed you up so you can heal. Okay, you're a good boy for surviving. Okay, I'm gonna need to fill up this hole. Again. Jesus Christ, why do they always go for my floors? That's so inconvenient. Okay, let's just try and turn the rest of these into planks. So that way I can, try and work on my floor a little bit. At least it didn't blow up the walls with the glass or anything. That's honestly the best thing I could have asked for, is not blowing up my glass. So yeah. Let's go ahead and work on that on my farm real quick. Wait, actually, I think I heard a skeleton dying, so I'm gonna go collect the bones from that. Wherever it died. Oh. Die, you stupid spider. Come on, that's so cheap. I thought that spiders weren't even supposed to attack you during the day. Wait, let's check on my farm, what I've already got done on it. Okay, that's some rotten flesh. Not what I needed, but still gonna be useful one day. Okay. Let's go ahead and, I guess, plant these seeds right here. Since, I'm gonna need some of those. Some wheat. Because I wanted to make a cake sometime soon in the game. I wanted to try and make some cake. But I will be needing a third bucket whenever I get the opportunity to. Mostly since can't make a cake without 3 buckets of milk. Weirdly enough. So yeah. Let's just go ahead and try and make a bunch of seeds from this grass right here. And also I got a lot of bone meal too. So whenever I get around to that, I can help out my crops grow. Um, so yeah, that's pretty good right there. Uh, Now I will be trying to collect some animals to put into pens, uh, for the sole purpose of, um, you know, collecting the resources pretty much infinitely. Like, with cows and their milk, and sheep with their wool. I know that sounds a little cruel, but trust me, trust the process. Yeah, I almost fell into some lava, if I'm being honest. Okay, I'm not trusting that. Since, I'm gonna at most dig at least 1 or 2 blocks down in this lava pit for cobblestone, since I almost jumped into a pit of lava. I am so lucky I didn't take at least 1 block back. Oh, and also, I'm gonna have to collect some chickens for their eggs, too. Uh, Thankfully, I got some, like, fence posts, for whenever I need to, collect some stuff. Let's go ahead and get that, right there, that stick. Any and all resources will be useful to me. At some point in the future. I'll try and make them at least a little useful. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna try and work on Howard's book off camera. I couldn't I wasn't able to whenever, like, after last video, but I'll try and do it this video. Um, oh, I thought that was a lone dog. Um, okay, there we go. Um, let's head into my base to see if I got any fence posts in my chests. Um, mostly since I need fences. You know what? Maybe sometime in the future I'll try and work on like a barn. Maybe. I don't know. Um, wow, that's a lot of bricks, but not enough. Uh, let's just, you know what? I want to try and build that desk that I wanted to build out of like green wool and like oak planks, but also I'm gonna need a lot of iron, so that way I can actually, um, you know, create a minecart and a rail. Okay, I got a lot of fence posts right here. I'm just gonna need a fence gate, um, particularly of oak. Uh, so I need a lot of sticks, and like I need at least um 6 sticks, um, so that way I can actually, you know, um, make all the stuff I needed. Um, okay. Let's go ahead and try and get up to 6 fence gates. Um, alright, that should be enough right there. So let's go ahead and try and work on my, wheat farm. Um, now I'm gonna try and mine some of the dirt away from my wheat farm, so that way I can actually have a little bit of added safety, so mobs can't jump over the walls into my, uh, wheat farm. And also, I will be making some expansions later on to my farms if so calls for it. But yeah. Uh, okay. Um, as of right now, I'm just gonna make it like a 1 by 1 on the outside of the outside layer of the wheat farm. So that way I can actually have just enough space, um, and have enough room to expand later on. Um, you know, okay. Let's mine this dirt block too, since, I just want to have a little bit of extra safety. Um, okay. That feels pretty middle, so let's go ahead and plop down a fence gate. Right here. I'm gonna have to turn off my mic. Yeah, sorry, I had to sneeze. Um, okay. Seems like my farm is doing pretty well for, my wheat farm anyways. Uh, wait, actually, I got an extra wheat seed. Uh, you know what? I'm gonna just get out the fence post, and just try and work everything out, with, all of my farm, since I kind of need, uh, at least 2 for my pumpkin and, watermelon farms. I need at least 2, uh, um, blocks in between. So yeah. Uh, that's not far enough. Um, okay, let's just try and work on this real quick. I'm gonna need a 1 thing of water. Um, while I'm at it. Okay. Now let's go back to where I wanted to put my pumpkin and melon farm. I don't need them as much as I need wheat, but it still would help out a lot to have them. Um, never hurts to have, the resources that you'll need. Uh, okay. Let's go ahead and, I guess, plop down the pumpkin seeds right here. Uh, and then, I guess put the watermelon seeds on this side. Uh, you know, since I wanted to put them in one pen, like, across from each other, so that way I don't get confused. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Uh, I don't know if I'm building this right, but I probably am. Okay, now let's mine this dirt right here, and also get some out of my inventory so that way I can, fill this up real quick. Uh, okay. I think I'm doing this right. I hope I am. Uh, yeah, I know I'm gonna need like more fence posts and stuff. Like whenever I get around to it. Uh, okay. Especially, like I'm gonna need more fence posts, especially whenever I get around to, penning up animals. Uh, okay, I'm gonna place this right here. Yeah, I'm gonna need one more fence post. Uh, just so that way I can actually, have a complete pumpkin and melon farm. I wasn't expecting that wheat farm to take so much fence posts. So I'm gonna have to grab some sticks and wood, just so I can make more fence posts. Okay. That makes 3 of them, but I'm gonna need to make as many as possible. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna have as many animals in like one pen as possible, and then work on other pens whenever I get around to it. I'll try and be the best like provider for my farm as possible. But as of right now, I just don't have the resources nor space for that. Okay, let's just go ahead and check on my wheat farm real quick to see how well that's doing. Yep, there's a creeper, so I gotta get rid of you. Um, I gotta make as much space so I can kill it. I gotta get better at killing creepers if I'm being honest. Okay, there's some gunpowder. Wait, why did it sound like there was another creeper? You know what? I'm not even gonna question it. Let's get my axe out so that way I can get these fence posts out of underneath here. Since I need as many fence posts as possible. And any and all resources do matter. Yeah, the only reason I had these fence posts under here is because in the original design of my base, before I realized that I needed to fill it up underneath, to keep mobs out, it mostly used fence posts, and I undersighted how many mobs would spawn underneath my base, and it caused so much danger and explosions and stuff that I just had to fill it up underneath. So let's go ahead and just get some more cobblestone. Wait, um, yeah, that's not safe. I'm gonna have to fill that up whenever I get the opportunity. Uh, like mostly since, you know, uh, well, obvious reasons I don't want to fall and die. Let's go ahead and just, I guess, mine some cobblestone out of here. Um, since I need as much as I can get my hands on. Wait, uh, yep, that leads to that one cave system I found earlier. Uh, with the dungeon and stuff, I think. Yeah, I'm not even gonna attempt to go down there because, well, just look at how high that drop is. Yeah, and I wouldn't have any way to get back up, like, successfully. Um, so yeah, I gotta be extra careful whenever it comes to caves. Mostly since, with the cave update and all, it would just add a lot of uncertainty with what I'll mine into. So yeah. Let's go ahead and fill up this right here. Yeah, I'm getting pretty close to actually finishing up what I needed to do on the underside of my base, if I'm being honest. Okay. Um, yeah, I kind of missed a block right there. Uh, Now I'm gonna work on the big part of this first, and then work on the rest of it later. Like this space right here, whenever I get the chance, I'll work on that. But that'll be much, much later, since I need a lot more cobblestone for that. Uh, okay, let's just check on my wheat farm. Yep, it's doing pretty good so far. Um, well, let's head back into my base real quick. Um, since it's already been like 35 minutes of this video. I'm gonna head over to my bed real quick, and also grab this clay since I need that. Um, wait, where did I? Okay, I think I put it right here. Okay, let's go ahead and make the rest of that into bricks, brick blocks. Um, and then just put it there. Okay, that's gonna be the end of today's video. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.